Career Spotlight for Clinical Psychologists by Maxwell Cooper, Riley Moore, and Megan Tsai. So let's get into it. What is a clinical psychologist? A clinical psychologist helps diagnose people with issues that range from mental, emotional, and behavioral disorders. These clinical psychologists do use different approaches and methods to help each patient. So, what does the educational pathway for a clinical psychologist look like? Well, usually it starts with getting your undergrad, usually in psychology, and then proceeding on to getting your master's degree. And then you have the choice of getting a PhD or PsyD. The choice is up to the candidate. For a clinical psychologist, there are some state certificates and licenses that are required. Usually, in the doctoral program, there is a year internship. Another thing that needs to be completed is a year to two of supervised professional work experience. The number of hours do vary by state. Also, it is required to pass the professional practice in psychology, which is a 225 multiple choice exam. There's also the case law examination, which is administered by the state of Tennessee Board of Examiners in Psychology, which covers laws and ethics. There is a minimum score requirement of 90% to pass. The job outlook for clinical psychologists does seem to be on the rise. BLS projects that there's a 6% increase from the year 2022 to 2023. This is averaging about 12,800 projected more jobs for each year.
The income of a clinical psychologist can vary greatly, especially depending on where you are working and how long you've been working. The national average of the United States is about 90,000, with the median salary for the state of Tennessee being just over 100,000 annually. However, depending on how long you've been working, you can expect this to go up. The work environment of a clinical psychologist varies greatly. First of all, who they work with can change all the time, but often it's just one-on-one with clients or in a group setting should they prefer. They may also work with the client's family, other professionals in the field, or healthcare teams depending on what area they work in. As for where they are working, they can work in their own private practice, which has its own office or may use online telehealth, or they can work in a hospital setting where they are available for inpatient patients. It is important to know what states are hiring more versus what states are hiring fewer clinical psychologists. The map below demonstrates very well what states can expect an above average employment rate versus the ones that have a below average. This does affect where you will work and live, so it's important to know this walking into the career.
If you're looking to become more marketable and competitive, here at UTC there are a couple of courses that you can take. For an example, if you're looking for hands on and a lab experience, Research Assistant is the most ideal way to go. If you're looking to form a bond or work on getting some more letter of recommendations, I suggest Teacher Assistant. If you're also looking to buff up on your APA format and reading and critiquing other undergraduate studies, the course Modern Psychological Studies is the most ideal way to get this. In order for people or students in general to become more marketable or competitive outside of their school would be to volunteer, connect with professionals, and stay up to date with the industry.
To also be more marketable, you can have some soft skills, such as active listening, organization, critical thinking, empathy, sympathy, and problem solving. And these are some of the references we used.